Hey fam, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Yes, it is Saturday when we do our news, comments, and reports. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today's video. We're going to jump into a few things today. And of course, always share your input in the comments. Firstly, I would like to know, how are all of you doing today? I'm wishing all of you a very great weekend. Now we know, or if you don't know, at the end of the week, Bank of America was having problems where money was taken out of people's accounts through Zelle. So this is the the notice that I had received when I logged on to my banking app. It says Zelle transactions made between January 14th and January 17th may be delayed in occurring and post into accounts as requested. Transfers will be completed and will appear in your account activity and balances as soon as possible. We apologize for any delay or inconvenience. So the issue with this is, if you did not know your previous balance in your bank account and you're a person who just constantly swipe, keeping up what was supposed to been paid back to you, um it can possibly, be a way that they can or have got away with some money. That's just a quick heads up. So if you're not keeping up with, checking and balancing out, your own money, these people can get away with taking a lot of money, just put it like that, from customer to customer. So if you were affected by this, let us know in the comments down below. And a lot of people already been saying don't trust the banks. So let's go on to the next thing. All right, so someone did have a question. Anyone on here with basic cable? My mother just told me her first TV is filled with commercials telling her to prep food, water, candles, batteries. She said they just started a few days ago and had her scared. I don't have cable, so I was wondering if anyone else is seeing this. We are in Ohio. She is prepped, by the way. She was just concerned that now her TV is telling her the obvious. LOL. That's just like a while, not even a while ago, months ago. Even with the news stations, they was coming out, telling people, oh, to be prepared, to stock up on this, and it was just becoming more so in the main, stream of media rather than just on YouTube and other platforms. People did start seeing it on their TV, just like this person's mom. I also don't have cable, so I don't know what's being showed as far as with the cable. But yes, the mainstream media is telling people to prepare now. Like they say, when things are at its worst and they can no longer hide the truth, of course it'll be released on the mainstream media. Um, So, it is what it is. We all know here that we should stock up. We should all prepare, in all the events that's happening, whether it's controlled, or not. Most of us at least, as far as me reading the comments, most of us know what's happening and what we should do to make sure that we and our families are good. So yes, have any of you who do have cable been seeing a lot of get water, food, and supplies, stock up? Have any of you been seeing that? Someone else stated, I just saw on TV a farmer saying that they are being forced to destroy their crops because they are being contaminated by migrants crossing over. This is a serious problem. So what's happening is, um, like the post do say, that migrants are crossing over. What they're doing is they hiding out in the fields, and they're saying that the crops are now being contaminated and they have to destroy their crops. They don't know if, for safety precautions, if, the people who's hiding out there, they can possibly be, you know, using the bathroom in the crops, just stepping through them, passing on bacteria and things of that sort. So now the farmers are being told to destroy their crops, One farmer actually said that they had to destroy up to $100,000 worth of crops. All right, so the next person says, "Hello, everyone. I'm seeing a strange shortage in my area, and I'm curious if it's because I am too old school and these things aren't sold anymore, or if there really is a supply problem." So, nylons, hosiery, pantyhose, knee highs, etc. We have a funeral to attend this week, and I wanted a new pair of nylons. Walmart had a selection that was anemic at best. I couldn't find it at Meijer. J.C. Penney was down to about 9 pair in total. I was finally successful at Target, but I got the last pair in my size and the color I needed. So what's the deal? Am I just not hip to current fashion, or they actually is a shortage on this item? So when it does come down to clothing, when I even shop in clothing stores, believe it or not, clothing stores actually have gaps as well. Let us know if you're seeing that too. Like I go to a local store called Foreman Mills where they sell a variety of different clothing. And if you see the amount of spaces and gaps that they have, even from on the walls to on the floor, clothing even have been, very thin when you go into the stores. I mean, not even just as far as like spaced out, but even thin as in the material. Even clothing is not being made to hold for as long as you think it should. Um, so let us know if you all are seeing any of this as well. So someone did ask, what is the deal with cornstarch? Prices up and hard to find in my area of southeast Nebraska. I ended up ordering from Walmart online and it was $10 for a pound. Like I've been telling people through these walkthroughs, baking supplies, you definitely want to get on hand because they are going up in price. Down from flour, cornstarch, yeast, baking powder, baking soda, all of that. Even if it's by a few cents to a few dollars, they are going up in price. And you should definitely, I'm not going to say you need to because I don't know exactly which each family needs, but it's best to have these things on hand. So definitely, if you're a person who have not stocked up on your, your basic baking supplies, get it in order. I'm telling you now. But cornstarch for $10 a pound? Anyone else have been having issues, looking for cornstarch in their local stores? Um, we've been low on a bunch of different things in my area, as you guys know. Even when it comes down to corn, we've been low on cornstarch, baking soda, baking powder, but they were stocked back within maybe a week's time frame. That's one thing I can say. All right, so from Michael Best, hello. So last week in Plymouth, Massachusetts, Walmart, the 60 count eggs dropped from $27 to $19. However, the 12 count 1 dozen great value eggs rose from $6.27 to $6.36. Yes, Michael, thanks for sharing that. As all of you, if any of you shop at Walmart, you will know that the 60 count eggs dropped down by a few dollars in Walmart. But I didn't see a lot of people post that the actual dozen of eggs, they didn't drop down. They actually went up in price, which was it was quite strange to me. Um did I get a chance to pick up that 60 count eggs? No, I didn't. By the time I got to the store, some eggs were wiped out completely. Luckily, we do have eggs on hand, at least in my house, whether it's frozen or a fridge full of certain eggs. But I didn't even get a chance to get it. It was wiped out, so I definitely lost that one. But still, 19.99 for a case of eggs that cost about $9 a year ago. Yeah. Quick question for all of you. As the shortages continue to increase and the prices continue to rise, are you having a different approach on preparing? Or if you're just now beginning to prepare, what are the first things that you're picking extras up from the grocery store? We are really facing hard times. Very, very hard times. There's a lot of job losses. There's a lot of businesses closing. I can see more and more and more, even small businesses closing. And if you have an issue finding food, honestly, before a lot of these food pantries actually run out, visit your local food pantries. They give some great items that you can even store away if you're not going to use it right away. Visit your local food pantries, apply for assistance if needed. Just do what you have to do to get items in your home. So someone else did come in and share. I cannot imagine seeing people, my family, my neighbors, my friends starving, and I have some food. I don't know if it's in me to watch it happen and not to help. I have told everyone I know what could be coming with food shortages. I explained to them all that I could. Some agreed with me and many did not. Neither group has done anything to prepare for any shortages. One person said they would come to my house, and sadly, I said I wouldn't give them 1 grain of rice to her or anyone. My mind cannot comprehend the SHTF. People would do anything to feed themselves and their children, and who could blame them? There would be no safe place to shelter in. And you know what? I definitely agree. If we ever really do hit a SHTF situation, prepare for madness. That's all I can say. Watch how you bring in your groceries. And even though a lot of people feel as if they shouldn't, but you really should. You're a person that's bringing in different things every single day. Trust me, if you think no one's watching, someone's watching. Unless you live like in one of those areas where you're the only house in the field. Then that's different. But I'm sure if that's the case, you have, some farming going on, you have a homestead ready. But if you live in a city like me and you're constantly shopping, someone is watching. So please be careful. But seriously, if you're a parent and you have children to feed and you know the source of the food, and supplies that you need, and you have not been preparing, are you willing to risk your life to go ahead and take from the next person? It would be reality. So someone says 3 things that would get you when crap hit the fan. Number 1, starvation. Number 2, people behaving badly. Number 3, medical issues. So, 3 things that would get someone when crap hits the fan. If you would change this list or add anything to it, let us know what your list will be. If crap was to hit the fan today, what would be the 3 things that would have somebody over the top? All right, so someone did say banded poon. Okay. I bought a Berkey water filter and it has already paid for itself in a year. I don't have to lug around bottles and gallons of water from the store. I would highly recommend them. So a Berkey water filter is actually considered one of the best water filters to have on hand. So you guys might want to go ahead and look that up. See if you can purchase one. You can even make them. I saw a bunch of videos on YouTube of people making them as well. So look into it. It's definitely worth the shot. Look into these Berkey water filters, guys. Thank you, Bandit Poon, for sharing that in the comments. You're doing great by having that water filter on hand. So this may be a little bit off topic, but have any of you heard of inside of a U.S. facility where 199 legally dead humans and almost 100 pets await to be revived? So they're keeping these legally dead people and pets inside of these freezers and going to actually revive them. So this can be some people are saying this is a great thing. Some people are saying this is a bad thing. Me personally, I don't know how to feel about it. Leave the dead where the dead is. Um, and that's just that, because there's no telling when they bring these people back, what world are they really going to be a part of? I'm not sure. Just let us know what you think about that. If you want the link to this article so you guys can look at that crazy story, it will be in a pinned comment down below. Check it out. So here's part of an article that I plan to cover in another video. Just listen to this one quote. It says, sadly, a lot of Americans are simply not going to care about what is going on over there, as far as like other countries, as long as we have enough food over here. Of course, food supplies continue to get tighter on our side of the planet as well. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, our corn harvest this year was the smallest in 15 years. But honestly, the main part of this quote was, sadly, a lot of Americans are simply not going to care about what is going on over there as long as we have enough food and supplies over here. And you know what? I can't say I don't disagree, because here in the United States, a lot of people are naive. A lot of people are blindsided. A lot of people don't want to see the truth. And even if they do, like I said, they're still blindsided by what's actually happening. Let us know how you feel about that. Like I said, I'll be covering this article in another video, so you all actually stay tuned for that. All right, so here's a quick update on these layoffs. So let's start with, I think Microsoft is the newest. Um, so it says Google is the latest big tech company to reduce headcount, laying off 12,000 employees. Severance packages vary from company to company, ranging from the minimum legally required to longer-term packages that include healthcare benefits and accelerated vesting. Regardless, laid-off employees will enter an uncertain job market, which is true, with reduced investor appetite for hiring and expenses at large-cap tech firms. All right, so Alphabet. So the Google parent Alphabet slashes headcount by 12,000. They're expected to receive 16 weeks of share vesting accelerated and receive 6 months of health care coverage. Let's see. Yes, so that's what they're expected to have. Microsoft, they're also laying off 10,000 employees as the software market anticipated slower revenue growth for the upcoming year. They're also going to be offering, healthcare. It says a 60-day notice would be given out as well. We will also have to get our own sort of operational focus on making sure our expenses are in line with our revenue growth. So everything so far is like the slowing economy. So Amazon, we've talked about Amazon. Amazon has been going through the rolling layoffs since last year. They've been laying off, laying off, laying off. Let's see what's expected. Is there any more? So Amazon is expected to continue to lay their employees off. They're only offering a full pay of benefits for actually 60 days, which is 2 months. And they also said any type of pay after that, or health benefits or anything after that, is going to be dependent upon how long the employee actually been with the company. So Salesforce, let's see. So they would be knocking down 7,000 workers. It's a challenge for the economic environment. So there's a bunch of layoffs there as well. Meta, so we know Facebook. They've laid off a bunch of people as well. That was announced in November, actually. They laid off more than 11,000. Well, it was just 11,000 jobs. Let's see. They also offered 16 weeks of pay and health benefits as well. Twitter, we know Twitter been knocking down employees as well, cutting their company back. And as far as this list, that's all that's here. So we have Twitter, major layoffs, Meta, we know the major layoffs, Salesforce in general, major layoffs, Amazon. I thought Amazon was the highest. Was they? I thought Amazon was the biggest company with the most layoffs. I'm not sure. You guys let me know if I'm wrong. Microsoft with 10,000. And now it's Alphabet, the Google partner, laying off 12,000. So major layoffs, more layoffs would be expected. Like I said, even small businesses. I did get sent the email about a Save-A-Lot. I don't know if any of you have Save-A-Lots in your area. I want to thank you, Marla from Real Fresh Food, for sending this over. So Save-A-Lot. Small, to me, Save-A-Lot is considered a small business. It's not like your big Walmart. It's like one of them little local, inner city grocery stores that you can go to and expect to save a lot. But lately you can't save a lot. This is why I haven't did like a walkthrough or video through Save. I did a walkthrough through Save-A-Lot like twice, but the prices have gotten up so far it's not worth the shop anymore. So it says Grocer lays off St. Louis support staff to close 2 distribution centers. So it says an unspecified number of roles were cut from its St. Louis support center. So expect even more, like your local, supermarket that can close any day. You just never know, because these small businesses cannot keep up with the big, corporations. So in my area, we have local supermarkets. Like one of them is a Save-A-Lot. Then we have other local supermarkets like Twin City, and then we have like something called Super Fresh Supermarket. These are all local inner city kind of supermarkets. So you can expect like your possible local, been there for 30, 40 years. You can expect them to close as well at any time, because trying to keep up today, yeah, it can be hard. It can be very hard. So for now, prep what you eat what you prep. Don't go in this thing over stress, overthinking, panicking, you know, just I always suggest grab a little extra this. It's best to grab shelf stable foods. And according to Google, we're going over time, guys, but according to Google, if you have the space, experts recommend a week's supply of food and water. Choose foods that don't require refrigeration and are not high in salt. Your stockpile should also contain flashlights, a manual can opener, a radio, batteries, and copies of important documents, which is great starter items. I know in the beginning of the video I did ask, if you are just starting, what are some things that you're starting to prep. So that was actually a great list, to follow right there. Don't forget the can opener, everybody. A manual can opener. Know how to use it. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. You all are amazing. Thank you all for the support. If you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you've been here before, of course, thank you for coming back to this Saturday's news, comments, and reports. This is Shauna, and I'm checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, and stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Stay blessed. I'm officially out of here.